Hello dear students. So again I'm here with the chapter number 3 explanation. Chapter number 3 we are going to start today. So as I already informed about the online unit test, so chapter number 1 and 2, these two chapters are coming. I already explained about the syllabus of the unit test, the chapter notes, the exercise solution and ebook contents. Clear? I hope you all are preparing accordingly. So in other sections the chapter number 3 has been done, so that's why we are also going to complete chapter number 3. Chapter number 3, fiber to fabric. So in this chapter what we are going to discuss, in this chapter we are going to discuss about the fibers regarding the clothes we wear that are made up from fibers. So that's why in this chapter we are going to discuss about the natural fibers and their classification also. So the clothes, here a flow chart is given from when we go from left to right. So and when we are coming to extreme right, the clothes we wear, that is made from fabric, and fabric is made from yarn, and yarn is made from fibers. So it means fiber is the fundamental unit of the clothes that is used to make fabric. Clear? So first of all we are going to discuss about the definition of fibers. What are fibers? What is fibers? As we have seen the term fibers in chapter number 2, dietary fibers or roughage. So, though they do not provide any nutrient to our body, but they are very helpful to our body in the complete digestion. They they are helpful to get rid of the undigested waste from the body. Clear? So these are the dietary fibers which are eatable, and when we talk about these type of fibers, these fibers are very thin and that are used to make fabric. Clear? So first we are going to discuss about the definition of fibers. What is fiber? The fiber is a thin filament or thread-like structure which is very thin, which combines together to form fabrics. So when we combine two different fibers together, so it will make yarn, and yarn is combining together, and that is responsible to make fabrics, and ultimately it is being converted into cloth. So fiber is a thin filament or thread-like structure like wire that is responsible to make fabrics. Clear? So this is the definition you have to learn. Next, what are the types of fibers? How many types are there? So there are two types of fibers. First is natural fiber, second one is synthetic fibers. So what what we are going to discuss regarding natural fibers, let's see. Fibers which come through natural resources like plants and animals called natural fibers. Those fibers which are being obtained from natural sources like plants and animals called natural fibers. So what are the types of natural fibers? Plant fibers and animal fibers. Plant fibers we are going to discuss in this chapter at class 6 standard, and when we talk about the animal fibers we will discuss in class 7. So what are the plant fibers? Cotton and jute. So in this chapter we will be discussing the features and properties of the cotton and jute fibers and their uses too. Clear? Next, synthetic fibers. What are synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers, the topic we will discuss in class 8. So there is no information in this chapter, but I have included here because I'm teaching class 8th also. So those fibers which are not obtained from plants or animal sources called as synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers, why they are called synthetic fibers? Because they are not being prepared by using any plant obtaining and animal obtaining material. Clear? So that's why they are known as synthetic fibers, because there is an involvement of any type of chemical substance by the repeating unit of these type of chemical substances. These synthetic fibers are being prepared, and this is called man-made fiber or artificial fiber. Clear? And what are the examples of synthetic fibers? Rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. So that we will discuss in class 8. Clear? So here we are going to discuss about the plant fibers in this chapter. The fibers which are obtained from plants are called plant fibers. There are two types of plant fibers, cotton and jute. So first we are taking what is cotton fiber. Cotton fiber, as we wear the cotton shirt, cotton pant, and this is very much comfortable in the summer because the cotton has some pores and that will allow for the easy evaporation of the sweat, so that's why we feel coolness in the summer. So cotton is very comfortable in summer season. Clear? So what is given in cotton? Cotton fibers. Cotton fibers are obtained from the fruit part of the cotton plant. This line is very important. You have to remember which part of the plant is responsible in cotton plant to produce the cotton fibers. So we will write fruit part of the plant. Clear? Next, the fruits of the cotton plant are called balls. And now the fruits of the cotton plant are known as cotton balls. And what is the procedure to obtain the cotton fibers? Let us see. After maturing, the balls burst open and the seeds covered with cotton fibers. From these balls, cotton is usually picked by hand. Fibers are then separated from the seeds by combing. So combing, just like the procedure we comb the hair every day, this process is called ginning of cotton. So now the very important process is given here. What is ginning? The separation of cotton fibers, the separation of cotton fibers from the seeds by using combing, by using comb, that is known as ginning of cotton. So in the process ginning, we can write the separation of cotton fibers from the seeds by using comb. So this process is known as ginning of cotton. So it can be asked in 1 marks question, and whenever this question is being asked in exam, you can write the definition of ginning. Ginning was traditionally done by hand. These days machines are also used for ginning. So this is a small description about the cotton plant. In this cotton fiber, you have to remember which part of the cotton plant is responsible to produce the cotton fiber, and what is the procedure and what is the method to obtain the cotton fibers, and what is the ginning process. I hope you all have understood well. If any type of query, you can put on WhatsApp. Clear? So this was about the cotton fiber. Next we are taking the jute. Again we will discuss about the jute obtaining plant part. Jute fiber is obtained from the stem part of the jute plant. So in this, the stem is very much important. The stem part of the plant, of the jute plant, which is responsible to produce the jute fiber. It is cultivated during the rainy season. Generally it occurs in rainy season. In India, jute is mainly grown in West Bengal, Bihar and Assam. So these are the region in India, these are the areas in India where we can find the cultivation of jute fibers. The jute plant is normally harvested when it is at flowering stage. So when it is becoming at the stage of flowering, flowers are about to come. So that's why this crop is being harvested. The stems of the harvested plant are immersed in water for a few days. The stems rot and fibers are separated by hand. So if you go on internet, on YouTube, you can find the process how to how to obtain jute fiber from the jute plant. So you can easily search the video on YouTube, and you can watch the complete procedure how the jute fiber is being obtained from the jute plant. Clear? So in the chapter notes, these are the small descriptions about the jute and cotton plant. So you have to remember always. Clear? Next, spinning. What is spinning? The process of making yarn from fibers is called spinning. What is the mean of yarn? Yarn, the fibers are combining together and they will form a yarn. And yarn is a thread-like structure. And these yarns are combining together from fibers. So that's why this process is known as spinning. To spin the fibers. In this process, fibers from a mass of cotton wool are drawn out and twisted. This brings the fibers together to form a yarn. It means these two fibers are combining together to form a yarn. So that's why this process is known as spinning. Clear? The yarn making process is known as spinning. In simple way, you can learn the yarn making process from fibers is called spinning. Clear? And now, what are the devices of spinning devices? What are the devices? By hand spindle, that is Takli, and you can see the picture of Takli in your ebook. By Charkha, earlier it was done by the Mahatma Gandhi by spinning machines. So these are the spinning devices you have to learn. Clear? So spinning is clear. Spinning, you got the meaning of spinning? Okay. Next, when yarn is being prepared. So now what is the next procedure? First of all, we have discussed about the fibers, the thin filament, and when these thin filaments are combining together, they are responsible to make yarns. And when these yarns are combining together, they are responsible to make fabric. Clear? So what are the methods to make the fabrics? So the two ways are weaving and knitting. So first, what is weaving? Weaving, the process of arranging two sets of yarns together to make a fabric is called weaving. So what comes in the weaving process? The process of arranging two sets of yarns. It means two thread-like structures are combined together and they are making a fabric. This process is known as weaving. It is done on hand operated and power operated looms. So looms are the devices on which the weaving process is being done. Clear? Earlier it was done by using hands. Nowadays it is being done by using machines. Clear? So now we are moving to another way to make fabric, knitting. So you know about the sweaters and shawls. So these are being prepared by using the method knitting. In this process, a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric called as knitting. So in the weaving, what is the difference between knitting and weaving? In weaving, we are joining the two yarns together. So that's why the this is called weaving process. And when we talk about the knitting, in this process, a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric like sweaters and shawls. This process is known as knitting. Knitting is done by hand and also on machines, similar with the weaving process. So this was about the methods how to prepare the fabric from yarn. Clear? So this was about the cotton and jute fibers and their methods. Next, a note is given. Flax is also a plant fiber. In ancient Egypt, cotton as well as flax were cultivated near the river Nile and were used for making fabrics. So this is very important to be learned, to be remember always. The flax is also a plant fiber that is also used to make the fabric. So it is being depicted here by placing a diagram, and you can get the correct mean of the flax fiber. Clear? So this was about the notes in this chapter. I hope you all have understood well. If anything left regarding the chapter, please let me know. If you are facing any problem in any topic to understand, please put your queries on my personal WhatsApp. So please prepare chapter number 1 and 2 for online class test. I hope you all will be doing very good in the exam. So please prepare accordingly. So we have done chapter number 3 today. So chapter number 1, 2 and 3. Our summer vacation syllabus has been completed now. I hope you all have copied in your notebook. So soon your chapter exercise will be available. Till then, keep on studying. Have a nice day.